Tonight on WVUA 23 News at 10. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. We've got tips on how you can stay safe. And another music legend passed away today, how local fans are reacting to his death.
We've got shower storms nosing into parts of West Alabama, especially Sumter County near the Interstate 2059 track and northeast. What about the rain chance for the next couple of days? Details coming up on the news at 10, which is next.
What does that mean?
And smile. Smile and
Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I good?
Mic check.
Yeah.
Mic check. Mic check.
We're good.
This is WVUA 23 News at 10.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Tamika Alexander. Law enforcement officials are working to inform West Alabama residents on how to stay safe in light of recent sexual assault cases. WVUA 23's Ashlyn Irons joins us live with more. Ashlyn.
Tamika, another sexual assault case made headlines yesterday at the Woodlands Apartments, and many are concerned about their safety in Tuscaloosa.
To solve a problem, you have to realize that it is a problem.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, an international effort to educate, raise awareness, and try to prevent more people from falling victim.
Letting them know that this is an issue that's happening and this is something that people in our communities are experiencing.
This comes at no better of a time for Tuscaloosa, as several new cases have been reported in the last couple of weeks. Lieutenant Kip Hart with Tuscaloosa County Homicide Unit says the most common instances of sexual assault in our area come from people being assaulted by someone they already know or date rape. And these numbers increased significantly just in the past year.
You have to be aware of where you are and what you're doing, regardless of where you live. This can happen anywhere at any time. And also when you go out, there's nothing that says you can't go out and have fun, but you have to be aware of who you're with.
Hart says the key to prevention is to be aware. And University of Alabama Women and Gender Resource Center Zoe Winston says the way to make prevention last also begins with getting the community as a whole's attention.
When we're able to start focusing on social and cultural changes, such as looking at the systems that allow for sexual assault to happen in our communities, this also allows for us to look further in our roles as bystanders and how we can really prevent this before it starts.
If you ever feel in danger of being sexually assaulted, get to a safe place immediately or call 911. Reporting live, Ashlyn Irons, WVUA 23 News.
Thanks, Ashlyn. Millions are mourning the loss of music legend Prince Rogers Nelson at the age of 57. WVUA 23's Alexa Armstrong has more.
Sorrow and shock has consumed social media as celebrities and fans pay tribute to the star. President Obama released a statement beginning, "Today the world lost a creative icon," as well as Ellen DeGeneres, who tweeted, "Prince was brilliant and larger than life. What a sad day." WTUG 92.9 FM's Edward Ramsey shared what the day was like behind the microphone.
But one guy actually was sobbing on the phone because he was talking about how much he loved Prince, and one lady was like, "What is she going to do now?"
Ramsey also recalled his favorite memory of the beloved singer.
The favorite performance was the 1999 tour in Memphis, Tennessee back in 1983. I was in senior high school and we went to that concert.
Francie Johnson, a University of Alabama graduate, has a more recent favorite memory that took place while she was working at Prince's last show on April 14th.
One of my favorite parts was that he had a no cell phone policy. So it's like really rare to be able to look out to the audience at a show of that size, that big of a deal, and not see a million tiny little lights. So it was really cool that everyone was actually in the moment for it.
Prior to the April 14th concert in Atlanta, Prince had postponed 2 shows because of the flu.
He can play a rock song, a gospel song, a slow song, a fast song, and put it all together and have everybody that likes that individual type of music listening together.
He just captivates just anyone who sees him. He's got a lot of soul. He's got a lot of heart. He just takes your breath away.
For WVUA 23 News, I'm Alexa Armstrong.
No word yet on the cause of death, but the singer had been battling the flu for the past couple of weeks. Turning now to the weather, Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott joins us now with a first look at the forecast. Hey, Richard.
Hey, Tamika, got some rain out there tracking into parts southwest Alabama, especially northern and central Sumter County. The rest of the state is pretty much dry at the moment, but showers and thunderstorms are nosing in. Some of these storms near ML and Geiger producing a lot of cloud ground lightning, so be careful out there along Highway 17, tracking northeast through Sumter County, about to move into Greene County. Again, across the board today, temperatures topping out in those 70s this afternoon. Nowhere near the records. Obviously, the clouds and some of that rain keeping temperatures quite a bit cooler than it could be this time of year. Satellite radar composite. See that cluster of storms near Meridian. Again, that continues to track northeast towards the Tuscaloosa and Birmingham areas. We'll talk about that local 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Tamika.
A trailer caught fire this afternoon. Northport Fire and Rescue say it happened around 1:30 on Evans Road off Highway 69 South. No one was home when the blaze started.
That's our first thing that we always do is life safety, and we always want to confirm that everybody was out of the house with this resident. They don't have cars, so we just wanted to confirm that everybody was out, and we've done that.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. Potential Medicaid cuts continue to worry community members. The problem started when the state legislator and Governor Robert Bentley butted heads over the general fund budget, and hearings over the issue this week are still open-ended. Officials say the proposed cuts would spell disaster for the state economy and healthcare system and could end in many rural hospitals closing.
Medicaid is the insurance provider for at least almost 25% of the population in our state, which includes over 50% of our state's children.
Hearings about Medicaid funding will continue in Montgomery for the next couple of weeks. Meanwhile, the governor's $800 million prison construction proposal is making progress. The House Ways and Means Committee voted today for a revised version of the bill. Governor Bentley is seeking the money for a bond to build 3 large prisons, including replacing Julia Tutwiler Prison for Women. The House is expected to vote next week. Good news for educators. The Alabama legislature has approved the education budget, which includes a pay raise for teachers. The bill will now make its way to the governor's desk for his signature. Bentley praised the passing of the legislation, saying Alabama's future sits in the classrooms today, and our state's teachers and support staff work hard to prepare students for success. Educators making less than $75,000 a year will receive a 4% raise, and those making more will receive a 2% raise. 18 police officers graduated today from the Law Enforcement Academy of Tuscaloosa. The ceremony took place at Northport City Hall and featured a graduating class of officers from all across the state of Alabama. The next step for the officers will be to gain hands-on experience and complete their field training at police agencies.
They have what they need to be basic police officers. They've been all the basic training, all the education we can give them in a confined environment. Now they're going to do is that when they go out to the streets, they're going to be paired with senior officers. Those senior officers will give them the field experience and show them how to apply what they've learned in the academy.
9 of the officers will stay at the Tuscaloosa Police Department to continue their training, while the rest will go to other departments, including Northport, Hamilton, and Pickens County. Well, a new business is planning to bounce into Northport. It's called Upsurge Trampoline Park. The giant indoor trampoline park will be located on Highway 43. And Northport Mayor Bobby Herndon says this is just one of the many things residents can look forward to.
They approached us. They already owned the property, been owning it for years. There's some local folks, and they're ready to go now. I think the building, from what they tell me, is going to be about 19,000 square feet. Of course, it has to have a high ceiling for people to be jumping on the trampolines.
Upsurge is expected to open later this year. Still to come for you tonight on the news at 10. Get ready for a serious sugar rush. We'll take you to the place chocolate lovers' dreams are made of. Plus, a senior Hale County quarterback gave his prom king crown to one special student. More news at 10 after this.